These individuals are the only ones who remained at my side to the very end. Suggestions for senior citizens, the aged, and the elderly. When you think about who will be there for you in the end, have you ever wondered who it is? As time goes on, new people will come into your life and leave as well. Others disappear throughout the course of time, while others remain for only a single season. When you approach your later years, however, it becomes abundantly evident that not everyone is destined to walk alongside you until the very end of your life. We are going to discuss 5 different types of people in this video. These are the folks that are most likely to be by your side as you are getting older. These are the links that last an eternity. The partnerships that last. That period of time is not readily broken. You could be surprised by some of them, while others might cause you to think about them. Who has been there for you for the entirety of this journey? Be sure to remain until the very end of the event, mostly due to the fact that having a knowledge of who stays and why might alter the way you approach relationships in your own life. The time has come to get started. First, those of the family who are genuinely concerned. Some members of the family do not remain close. On the other hand, not all of them provide the kind of love and commitment that endures throughout their lives. Nevertheless, in the end, the people who continue to be with you are the ones who actually care about you and who consider you to be more than simply an obligation. They don't come up because they are required to or because they believe they are obligated to. They are present because they have a want to be there, because they continue to place significance on the fact that you are a part of their lives. There are a lot of people who believe that familial ties ensure a relationship that lasts a lifetime. However, this is not all the time the case. As you become older, you begin to become aware of the members of your family who actually value you. Also, who has simply disappeared throughout the course of time. The visitation of certain relatives is motivated by a sense of responsibility. They may show up out of habit, but they seldom remain for a sufficient amount of time to engage in meaningful discourse. However, there are other people who make sure you are doing well, because they are truly concerned about how you are doing emotionally. The people who call, who make time, and who show up not only on holidays but also on regular days merely to spend time with you are the ones who do this. To add insult to injury, this is not usually restricted to children or grandkids. A sibling who has remained close to you throughout your life could be the person in question. Alternatively, it could be a niece or nephew who amazes you with their unexpected actions. Those members of the family that do not consider getting older to be an annoyance are mentioned here. On the other hand, as a stage of life that is deserving of the same amount of love and attention as any other stage, conversations that are tough to have concerning health, finances, or the future are not avoided by them. On the other hand, they confront them alongside you, offering their assistance without making you feel like a burden. On the other hand, although love is frequently the glue that ties these partnerships together, actions are just as important. Those that are still around don't just say they care, they actually demonstrate that they do. They patiently wait for you to ask for assistance. They pay attention to what you have to say when you utter it. Also, regardless of the amount of time that has passed, they make sure that you continue to feel valued. They are aware that partnerships are a partnership that goes in both directions. And despite the fact that your life is unfolding, they continue to invest in you. Not everyone is fortunate enough to have the kind of support that comes from their family. Because of this, it is of the utmost importance to cultivate these relationships while you still have the opportunity to do so. Simply because, in the end, it is not about the number of people of your family that you have. It all comes down to which ones are actually concerned enough to remain. The second person is a buddy who has been there for you throughout your entire life and has endured the test of time. Genuine friendships are extremely uncommon. Throughout the course of a lifetime, you will encounter people who come and go from your life, some for a little over a decade, while others for a few years. If you are fortunate, however, you will have at least one friend who will remain with you no matter how much time has passed or how many changes life has brought about. It is not the case that this is the friend who was only present during the happy times or the one who vanished when things were difficult. Despite having witnessed you at both your finest and worst moments, this is the buddy who has chosen to remain by your side. An individual who does not require constant updates to know where they stand with you is someone who can be considered a lifelong buddy. It's possible that you won't communicate for several weeks or even months. When you do, however, the chat continues exactly where it left off before you left it. It is not necessary to explain the passage of time, nor is there any difficulty involved. They are familiar with your past, including where you have been, what you have been through, and the things that are actually important to you. As time passes, they are one of the few individuals that continue to perceive you in the same way that you were before the world attempted to mold you into someone different. One of the most attractive aspects of a friendship that endures for a lifetime is that it is founded on something that goes beyond sheer convenience. It is not dependent on external factors such as employment, coworkers, or neighbors who come and go. It does not have the same level of duty that some family ties do. It is a decision, one that has been made over and over again, that spans decades of experiences, laughs, and difficulties that have been shared. During times when life seemed unclear, this is the buddy who was there to support you, who rejoiced in your successes and lamented your failures as if they were their own. In addition, this form of friendship becomes even more significant as one gets older. Namely, when the globe starts to get smaller and social circles become more limited. Despite the fact that other people might be too busy or engaged with their own lives, this friend remains committed to making time for you, not because they believe it is necessary for them to do so, but rather because they want to. They check in, however. They do not consider you to be merely another obligation. They consider you to be an integral part of their lives, and they cannot fathom a world in which they do not have you. The person you consider to be your friend could be someone you have known since childhood. Or they could be someone you met later in life and simply stayed with you. It is not important how long you have known them. What is important is that they continue to be there. They bring back memories of who you were and who you have always been. And they diminish the sense of isolation that comes with getting older. Whether or not you had a large number of friends throughout your life is not the most important thing. The question is whether even one of them remained when it was absolutely necessary to do so. I would appreciate it if you could use the second comment section below to let me know that you are continuing viewing this video and that you are finding these insights to be helpful. I strongly suggest that you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell if you have not already done so. This will ensure that you do not miss any videos. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. Let's proceed with our plans now. The third partner is the one who made the decision to remain. If you are fortunate enough to have a spouse who will be with you for the rest of your life, seeing them in your older years is one of the most wonderful gifts you could ever receive. Being in a relationship is not always simple, and the majority of them do not last a lifetime. As time passes, however, the ones that do, those that are constructed on the principles of patience, love, and profound comprehension, become even more valuable. Someone who maintains a relationship with you is someone who has witnessed your development, who has been through the storms with you, and who, in spite of everything, continues to choose to walk alongside you. It is common for love to feel thrilling, passionate, and full of possibilities when one is young. Love, however, takes on a new appearance as one gets older. The atmosphere grows more subdued and profound, as the focus shifts from great gestures to companionship. A partner who continues to share your life is someone who no longer loves you because of your appearance, your accomplishments, or the things you have to offer. They love you simply for who you are. They have seen you in moments of strength and in times of weakness. And yet they have never once contemplated leaving your side. There are a lot of people who believe that getting married or making a long-term commitment ensures that someone will be there for you in the end. However, this is not all the time the case. While some relationships become weaker with the passage of time, Others continue to become more robust. In spite of the challenges that life presents, the distinction resides in the work that is put out and the willingness to continue choosing each other. Someone who is a partner who stays with you is not someone who has only been there for you during the happy moments. They are the person who has been there for you when things have been difficult. Who has reminded you of your value when you have had doubts about yourself. And who has helped you maintain your composure when the rest of the world has been unsure. Sharing the small moments that many people take for granted is an essential element of growing old with a partner. Coffee, calm chats, and the comfort of being with someone who knows you better than anyone else are all things that some people look forward to. While others are afraid of getting old alone, everyone who has a committed spouse never actually feels like they are alone. Even when the years take their toll, even as your health deteriorates or your energy levels decrease, their presence continues to be a source of comfort, reminding you that you do not have to go through everything by yourself for as long as you live. And in the end, when so many other relationships fail, the partner who stays is frequently the one who is the most familiar with your narrative. They have been present during the experiences that have molded you, the challenges that have helped you become more resilient, and the moments that have defined your life. The individual who sees you not just as you are right now, but also as the person you have always been, is the one who comes to mind. And when all else ends, the type of love that endures is the only thing that genuinely endures. The fourth person is someone you have assisted in the past. When it comes to kindness, life has a way of bringing it full circle. It's likely that you've assisted someone at some point in your life. Whether it was by providing support, lending a hand, or simply being there for them when they needed you the most. It is possible that you did not give it much attention at the time. But in the end, the people that you had previously assisted are frequently the ones who come back to be by your side. Their presence is a reminder that the good that you put into the world does not simply vanish, rather, it makes its way back to you. Although they may not be the ones you expected, their presence is a wonderful reminder. Possibly a younger friend, a former neighbor, or even someone you mentored many years ago. This person could be anyone. During a challenging period, it may be the one whom you supported and encouraged, or it could be the person who found strength in your words when they were feeling lost. Occasionally, it is a former coworker who remembers the manner in which you treated them. Or it may be a distant cousin who has never forgotten a kindness that you once gave them. They continue to be there because, at some point in their lives, you made a difference for them, and now they want to make a difference for you as well. This is true regardless of who they are. In contrast to family, they do not remain because of a sense of obligation. They may not have been there for you through every single phase of your life. In contrast to a friend who has been there for you throughout your entire life. But the fact that they chose to come back is what makes their presence so significant. Despite the fact that they were never obligated to be present, they came forward without any hesitation when they realized that you required assistance. It serves as a potent reminder that acts of kindness have an effect that lasts, and that even the tiniest acts of charity can sow seeds that blossom into something that is significantly more significant than you could have ever anticipated. It is possible that the presence of someone you formerly assisted can be a source of tremendous consolation in old age. When many of your social circles become narrower, they might not have been a regular part of your life in the past. But now that you are in your latter years, they have found themselves to be an unexpected source of friendship. They are willing to assist you without making you feel like a burden to them. They serve as a reminder that the connections you make, even if they appear to be transient at the moment, nevertheless continue to possess worth. And often this individual will say something that makes it all plain. I remember when you helped me. And I never forgot. That moment, that revelation, is when you finally comprehend that everything you did for others, every act of kindness, every moment of support mattered. Mostly due to the fact that in the end, those who remain are not necessarily the ones you anticipated, but rather the ones who remember the love you provided them at the time when they required it the most. I would appreciate it if you could use the fourth comment section below to let me know that you are continuing viewing this video and that you are finding these insights to be helpful. I strongly suggest that you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell if you have not already done so. This will ensure that you do not miss any videos. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. Let's proceed with our plans now. The unanticipated companion comes in at number 5. There are instances when the person who stays by your side in the end is not the one you anticipated in the first place. Our lives have a way of taking us by surprise. And as the years go by, the dynamics of our relationships change in ways that we could never have anticipated. Some people are gradually disappearing, while others are making their way forward. Most of the time, people who you might not have previously regarded to be a significant part of your life. It might be a housekeeper, a neighbor, or even a casual acquaintance who ends up becoming a member of the family. It is not the length of time that you have known them that makes them unique, rather, it is the fact that they decided to be with you when it was most important. This unanticipated companion might be someone you met later in life, perhaps in a community for senior citizens, or perhaps when you were walking around the neighborhood by coincidence. It's possible that they began as a kind face who assisted with errands or checked in on a regular basis. Over the course of time, their presence got more established, and before you realized it, they had become the individual who ensured that you never had feelings of isolation. These are the individuals who come to the event not out of obligation but rather because they sincerely care about the situation. In the case of certain individuals, this unanticipated somebody might be a professional caretaker, a person who was never known to you before but who, over the course of time, became a genuine friend, despite the fact that they may have begun as someone who was hired to assist. The fact that they were nice, patient, and eager to listen built a connection that went beyond providing normal care. Someone who remembers your stories, laughs at your jokes, and sits with you not because they have to but because they want to is someone who has become a friend to you. And then there are the neighbors, the ones who stop by to see how you are doing, who bring you a dinner when they think you might be in need of it, and who sit with you on the porch to simply talk about nothing in particular. In spite of the fact that they were never required to be a part of your life, they deliberately chose to be there, and in the end, the consistency of their behavior is more important than the length of time you have known them. There is a strong lesson that can be learned from this final set of people. The people that remain are not usually the ones you planned on, but they are the ones who choose to be there. They bring to your attention the fact that love and loyalty are not necessarily based on blood or history. They are about making an effort, being present, and being present when it matters the most of all. When you are in your latter years, when a significant portion of your life has already been written, their presence serves as a reminder that even in the closing chapters of your life, you can still experience the formation of new and meaningful connections. In conclusion, as we near the finish of this video, I would want to encourage you to take a moment to think about the people that are a part of your life. Who is it that you think will remain by your side over the course of time? Who has already demonstrated that they will be present regardless of the circumstances? In point of fact, we do not always have the ability to pick who stays, but we do have the opportunity to show appreciation for those that do. The people who remain are not necessarily the ones that we anticipate staying. Sometimes it is members of the family that actually care, not because they are obligated to, but because they love them. There are times when it is that one buddy who has been there for you throughout your entire life and has never allowed distance or time to diminish your friendship. Those who are fortunate enough to have a spouse who has been by their side through every difficulty, every victory, and every peaceful time in between are the ones who have been there for you. And sometimes it is the ones you least expect. The person you once helped who has never forgotten your compassion, or the neighbor, caregiver, or friend who chose to stick by you simply because they wanted to. That is the person who comes to your rescue. Many individuals come and go throughout the course of life, and as time goes on, the number of people who continue to be a part of it may decrease. However, in the end, it is not about the amount of relationships that persist, rather, it is about the quality of those interactions. The people that remain are the ones who recognize you for who you really are, appreciate you, and regard you as an individual, regardless of the amount of time that has passed. They are the ones that serve as a constant reminder that you are not alone. We appreciate you being here with us today. It would be wonderful if you could get in touch with us. Please leave a comment below and tell us about one item you discovered today and how you intend to put it to use in your life right now. We place a high value on your opinions, so please do not be reluctant to share them with us. Our inspiration and encouragement are greatly increased as a result of reading your remarks. I would appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it to be informative and enjoyable. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we hope to see you in the future video.